Welcome to Fluff, everybody, and welcome to more Desperado. Alright, last time we got a wholesome episode, which again, I'm surprised that we got one to begin with, because from the way this show started, I felt like, you know, it's gonna be like a case of like fear will always be the emotion that brings out the true person, the true colors of a person, but last time we had love, even though it is questionable. It is questionable because the person has changed her physical look to be more attractive, and he did get interested in her the moment she did. But then they spent time together, and he definitely, I would argue, he fell in love with the actual person behind it, and maybe even like started to realize, like, oh, my childhood friend who I've spent like most of my, let's just say, yeah, preschool to middle school times. But not high school, is actually the one that I should be together with, or the one that I'm interested in romantically. That's nice. And we even got to see her face change back to normal at the end, which could be maybe some implication that like she accepts herself more, and the world itself has realized that, like, okay, you want to be yourself again, so let's just take away that all that plastic surgery you did to yourself. Who knows? I am mighty curious what's going to happen in this episode, and I can already see from the first frame, looks like somebody's trying to leave. Impossible, my darling. That is not going to happen anytime soon. It'll actually be interesting if there's like one character that actually manages to just escape. I don't think that's possible in this world. I think because, you know, you're dead. Like, what do you escape to? Do you get sent to a third realm if you escape, or what happens? Without further ado, though, let's see who are quote unquote victim. It doesn't feel right to say call them victims, right? Because it's not like Actually, it's an interesting question. Is the soul being judged like this considered a hostage situation or not? Okay, so we have another woman and man combination. Okay, so it looks like they already had to hold the whole conversation already. Don't say that. That's sorry for hitting the microphone. That is the most like I'm about to take advantage of you sentence. You know what I mean? Like, if you drag somebody away and then say, like, don't worry, I won't pounce on you. You're like, that makes me think more that you will. Like, don't say that. I knew, I had a feeling. But there's a lot of guys that I should maybe close the window because it's loud. There's a lot of guys in the show that get turned on with the current situation. Like, this is not the moment. This is not the situation to be like, I'm feeling a little bit of a butterfly in my stomach, a little bit of a rising heartbeat, a little bit of calm downstairs, if you know what I'm trying. Hey, we got a film star. Okay. No, this is gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a tough situation to be in. To be fair, someone who comes from the TV production, they probably would immediately think this is like some like punk show. No cameras. I mean, maybe back in the day. Nowadays, if you had a show like this, they even put cameras in the toilets. They would, because it's more scandalous. You're using your feminine wiles to convince him. Alright. What do they get? We had bowling last set. Oh, the middle one. Okay. An arcade game. She must be thinking like, this seems a bit extreme for a TV set. Let's try a smidge. Oh, okay, girl. You really think? Listen. That is, you need a shit ton of money if you go have an explosion and an arcade machine spinning out of the ground like that. You as a film, but you who works in film should know, like, this is a bit out of reach for a TV show. Unless you get like Netflix money, then maybe it's possible. I'm still curious who all these other characters are that we see in the intro. You know, it would be kind of hilarious if we never get to see these characters whatsoever. They're just in the intro, never and nowhere else. And you're just there like, what? Why would you tease me about these characters and then not show me them at all? But God, this is funky. What a vibe. What a vibe. Again, reminds me of Battle Blood Blockade. Just because of how much of how many different like characters, quirky characters specifically, we have in this show. I'm wondering when we're gonna meet them. Alright, so what is the challenge this time? Do you have to beat each other in a game of Street Fighter?
Oh, that's a baseball!
Oh, it's only him, and then probably on her side it's only her. That's my parasol, okay. Yeah, I mean, come on, if they don't play Street Fighter or anything like that, this will be impossible to know what all these arrows mean. He's a nerd. How would I look if I was a beat 'em up character? What would my quote be? I mean, that welcome to Fluff or the Afro's with you would definitely be in there somewhere. Figuring up. I mean, definitely she has no idea what to do. He's just button mashing, which is a good strategy. Oh no! Not the children's toy attack! Oh! Oh, the hacking! Not the Dakimakura! What? Oh, she's getting flashback! Oh, beautiful. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Man, that oh no. This is one abusive man after another. You could make the discussion that like if you're forced to live a lifestyle where you have to seduce men, sadly a lot of men you find will not be down for being actual good partners. Now, I'm not saying that like it's impossible. I'm not saying that's always the outcome. But sadly, a lot of times when you have to use your body for a living or just to find somebody, the person that you find will only see that, right? They will only see your body, and then like once you actually want a connection or you want some effort or you want anything that makes you feel like they care, suddenly they snap at you because that's not what they came for. And it looks like she had like multiple children in one part. Hold on. Where is it? Let's see here. He doesn't even like look happy to marry her. Like here we have 2 children. And what? There's like 4? You had two more. Like it looks like the first two that cried when she was when the first father left are now teenagers, and then there's two more. But even then, what is her plan? What do you have? A device used for judgment? Since when you have one of those? Yeah, because she's thinking of like how is it the most exciting to make a good reality TV show, which this is not all about. But I get it. And also again, she's clearly using. I was before I was just like making a joke, like, oh, using your feminine wiles so like make him obey. But now that we saw that she does use her body to get men to hopefully help her take care of the children, you know, and just having somebody to, you know, that is there for her. That is definitely being shown. I was kind of right on the money, even though I was more or less joking about it. It's very hard to make a joke in this show because like a lot of times the joke might come true, and then I just depress myself. Okay, so he's just going. What the fuck was that? Another guy in the car? Oh, he's now fighting back. Maybe he didn't want to he didn't want to fall for the tricks. He did not care. Okay, let's see. What is this device of judgment? Oh. Oh. I think I understand. I think I understand why he's trying to do that, because like maybe I believe Dekim is trying to be like, what if you see your chance to win the match unfairly pops up? Do you take it? Or do you wait till the player's like, hey, let me get my ball. Let me get my ball back real quick. He does not like it. Oh, god damn, okay. Very depressive life. And then some woman figure that came into his life. Oh, yeah, see. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like he's like, well, if I just don't play at all, then it's just gonna look, it's gonna look bad. Okay, so look, from what I can probably tell, he probably does not like it seems like his life was all about like people yelling at him to do things they want him to do, right? I mean, having a mom say like, "I wish you were never born," is already crazy enough. That's already like, especially because he was like what, like he looked like he was like 8 when she said that. And then seeing like the mom going through divorce, and then somebody else stepping into his life, maybe like a foster mom. It does seem like he does not like being put in a spot where like you do what I say. Because she's dead. Okay. Mine was way a lot darker. Children. So that must, oh my gosh, she had like 5 children, and looks like the oldest brother is like a young adult now, probably like college age, and she's about to finish high school. So be careful now. Be careful now. Deku might actually use his like wire powers to stop you from attacking you. Yeah, it's not never fair, is it? I think this was the first time she ever looked at his face, his eye, and probably. Oh my god, this poor lady. And who knows? The thing is, I'm wondering, like, she is now freaking out. I'm wondering how the guy feels about all this. Clearly, they now know it's not TV. She is now deadly scared, very traumatized from her life. Both of them are. This is, I think, this is the first time where we got, like, both have family trauma from opposite directions. One was like from abusive husbands and probably like, you know, losing love from the, not even probably, definitely losing love from the children. While the other one is a child that lost the love from the mom, and the mom did not love him at all, and he had to grow up with like abusive like parents. So yeah, they both have family trauma. But my question is, even though she had multiple husbands in her life and multiple children granted as well, she kept on living. He looks like he was spending a lot of time. Like, we saw that he has his attacks are all anime related, which of course sounds like he's basically was like a NEET. He probably stayed at home after a while. He probably even died from poor health at home. Or maybe he did something to himself at home. Most likely he was by himself. So I'm wondering if the guy. Sorry, I did not memorize. Misaki I did memorize, but his name actually, let me look at his name again. Introduce yourselves. Well, we have Misaki here, and we have. Come on now, show me. No, one more. Yosuke. So, with Yosuke, I am wondering, does he value his life? Does he care for his life at all? Will he on purpose lose because he realized like there's nobody really waiting for me? You know, everybody that are supposed to love him don't love him. That's what I'm thinking right now, sadly. And maybe, again, this show might just bring out, like, some dark thoughts because of how it started. And especially now that we're back to, like, the fear factor being important. Okay. And she's stressing out. Naturally, of course she is. Oh, the kids, that is cute. How much damage? It's a stun. Oh, no, you did it again? Oh, what is he doing? Oh. Yeah, because it shows her true self. Yeah. God damn. He's not even like trying to fight back. I mean, to be fair, he probably was super surprised that she came out of nowhere and did this. And this is definitely years of anger and pent up pain this is all the things that happened to her. Like that's the problem, you know. Like a lot of times, and sadly, I had to witness this from somebody. People who escape abusive relationships sadly carry that with them. Not always. Sometimes they manage to stay the same as they were before the abusive relationship, but a lot of times people will carry that with them, all the pain they carry it with them, all the trauma, and sadly sometimes it transforms into the same habits as the abuser that they escaped from. And here we have a woman who knows how many years have gone by where she had to just deal with abuse, loss, what's the thing called, like the abandonment in her life, and now she's put at her edge. She thinks she's going to die, that this is the end if she loses. So all those years of just pure hatred came out just now. But Miss Unknown has a good point. This is not like you are forcing them to react in a certain way. Yes, again, fear is like a good way to see how you act. And there is an argument to be made that she would have acted like this anyway, even if the controller did not pop off. The fact, because at the end she thought she's going to die, even if they didn't say anything. So if she was seeing herself losing, she might have like ran over there anyway and bashed his head in nonetheless. Oh, looks like we actually had. Oh, that's a shame. He actually had somebody who cared for him, but getting again, trauma is the biggest factor here. There's a lot of trauma here in the family, and trying to get rid of that is very tough. It's very tough. Even if you give somebody the opposite person that you were with the whole time, you will not open up yourself that easily again, mostly because you're afraid that like maybe it's too good to be true. Maybe the moment you believe it's possible, it will just go back to what it was before. Maybe they will betray you, maybe they will hurt you in a way that just was like the same again. Somebody said once before, I'm going to use the term the red flags and green flags, because that's how they said. It is very hard to understand or accept a green flag in your life when you lived with a red flag for many years. Meaning that like the damage of a red flag has been there for so long, and it's what your body is used to, that the moment they're out of it and they meet someone who's a complete opposite, it's very hard to accept that that's real. It's very hard to be like, to open up to that. It's very hard to try to like act different than what you did before. Even if it's as simple as like, hey, you can just talk to me. If you were in a relationship or in a friendship or knew somebody who just you couldn't talk to because they would just shut you down immediately, and then having somebody who you can talk to, you're not going to do it immediately. You're not going to. Sometimes you don't even feel right doing it. You just feel like you're exploiting them, or that like there's like some sort of like trick behind it, or like it's going to backfire on you. It is very hard, and I think that's the same case here with Yosuke's past. So I know I'm talking quite a lot, but the show is so good to talk about, though. I think it's such a good show to like talk about the human psyche. And now I think this is more her real self. The person who wanted to be loved. The person who wanted to be a good mom, but just couldn't get there. The person who cares for people, but has been like that has been lost. She even uses the weakest technique. She just doesn't feel anything right now. Oh. Jesus! No! Oh. Oh, that's so sweet. See, that's what I mean. Oh, not the mom. Mama! Mama! Save me, Mama! Oh! Okay, now they're equal. Whoever hits first. What? This is a good episode. I think this is my favorite one so far. Because it's such a good like look at family trauma from different perspective. And it's just it is a very sad episode though. We went from terrifying to wholesome to sad. Oh, she probably killed her. Yeah. But again, that's what I mean though. Like, that is definitely... Oh, double KO! That's definitely, like, again, as I mentioned before, the years of trauma and pain, and she brought it out on other people. And she's like, and here, I have my mom. He remembers. And she remembers he got killed as well. That must always be such a shock. Especially because these two now realize the regret. She regrets that she wasn't able to be there for the children as much as she should have been. She still tried. We saw in that phone call that she's trying, but there's still like aspects where she's like, okay, I clearly did not care about my children that much. And then her manager, she definitely should not have let how her anger that she gained from those guys out on the manager. But you know, it's sadly a thing. And he realizes like, oh, I wish I could be with my actual mom. I see suicide. That's what I meant before. Like he was at first I thought he was completely alone at home and probably did something to himself. But now we know he actually lived with people, and especially like a mother figure that cared for him. Oh, that's so sad. That's so fucking sad. But now my question is, what is the judgment for these two? She is definitely more, you know, probably in the void category. But if you think about it deeply, it's a lot of shit that happened to her that formed her into a whole person that she didn't want to be. So yeah, I don't feel like that's a gray area. That's like the fine line. Like what is the judgment here? Yeah, exactly. Now, let it out. There it is. Ooh, the music! Oh, that actually is some good crying voice acting. That sounds like an actual cry. Like one of those like just pure ugly cries. But there it is, like... Yes. Oh, god damn. God damn, that's so rough. Now we have two people at the breaking point, letting out the real stuff. No, you need a hug. You need a hug. You need that hug. You need to hear that as well. Nobody probably said that to you. Oh, come on, man! No! Not like this! Oh, let it out. Let it out. Let it all out, you two. Let it all. Fucking hell, let it all out. Reincarnation? Oh my god. What an opposite reaction from yesterday. Wait, yesterday. Last episode. I did not record anything yesterday. Last episode. But, oh, we don't get to know where they get sent off to. Interesting. Is there anything at the end? Oh, wait, hold on. There is some stuff at the end here. Man, this was good. This was a good episode. But my favorite so far. Okay, broke. What are you thinking about? Okay. Ah, Jesus. Jesus Christ, man. Like that was good. That was good. I think in that intro, he's definitely considering like, okay, maybe the way we do things, I'm not gonna say we do things, might not be the best way to judge somebody. Because he definitely was very surprised at the end there. Like both of them, what they are saying is that they want to go back and be with the people that they care for, and they don't care about the fact that they're dead. They care about the fact that, like, hey, I need to go back. I need to make things right. My children need me, or my mom needs me, but sadly, you know, it's already over. It's done. I do like I also think it's interesting how she had like a determined look on her face, which I think can be interpreted like in many ways. What that look could mean, it could mean that either she is aware she's gonna get reincarnated, and she's like, I'm gonna do better next time, or she's saying like, no matter what comes next, I can handle it. I dealt with hell before. I can handle whatever comes next. Maybe that's what she's thinking or feeling that moment. Who knows? There we go. Sorry about that. What an episode, though. What an episode. My lord. This show is so good. Death Parade is really good. I can see why so many people constantly... I remember when it came out, And people told me like, yeah, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. And I was like, yeah, one day. But now I'm here years later reacting to it, and I gotta say, yeah, no, this show holds up. Holds up after all these years. It's pretty good. I think I just now realized that my webcam is not in focus. I apologize for that. We'll make sure that next time it will be in focus. I should have realized earlier, but it shouldn't be too bad. So it's like I can just see a little bit of the blurriness. But yeah, other than that, whoa. Now I'm curious what happens in the episode. Like what? When am I going to meet the other characters? That's what I'm curious about now. Now we got like 2 episodes where we got to see different pairings. You know, we had childhood friends who became a couple, and now we had 2 people that had family trauma. I am just really curious, how does this world decide who gets paired up against who? Because I do think that there probably is more locations where people have to like play against each other, but I do wonder like how, like, I would argue with the childhood friends because they were in the same bus when they died, and same with the couple at the very beginning, right? They were in the same car wreck. But these 2 people, they died at the same time, but they didn't know each other. One committed suicide, the other one got killed. Which, you know, it's also very curious. And this episode really like brought the idea home more than the rest. What's happening on the outside world? How are people reacting to that? We never like hear or see anything about like how like people act towards the people who are dead. Like the two couple in episode 3, we didn't get to see like his college mates like finding out he got in a bus wreck, and he's like, oh, no, not him, and with that girl too. What? Crazy. And with her in this one with Misaki and Yosuke, we saw the mom. We saw that the mom definitely is absolutely heartbroken. Like, her biggest wish was that he would call her mother. That's never gonna come true now. That's never gonna come true because he is gone. So we know for a fact that she's devastated. And with Misaki, especially because like the 2 oldest children definitely were not big, like they did not seem to have any love for her anymore. Or maybe we're just, you know, were just pitying her and were uncomfortable being around her. Now the oldest children have to take care of the youngest siblings. They probably have with some form of resent against her now because he's gone. He's like, oh, you're supposed to be here. Who knows? Who knows? I'm curious what happens in episode 5. Episode 4 so far is my favorite though. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did for sure. Leave in the comments what you guys think about this episode. Yeah, interact with me in the comments more, because I am curious what you all think whenever one of these episodes come out, because again, this is such a good discussion show. Like, it's just a show that you can sit down and talk to somebody like hours about the details and subtleties of certain moments. But yes, other than that, I have to go and I have to stream right now. So that was with you, and wishes you all good morning, afternoon, evening, and a good night. Ciao.